Strategy versus scatter. Try saying that 10 times fast. Strategy versus scatter. What does your business look like? Do you have a business strategy, or are you just going where the wind blows? Hi, I'm Steve Spangenberg, and I am a home-based business tax expert as well as marketing expert. And I help people create their own economies by reducing one of their biggest expenses called taxes, and also increase their income by the use of a home-based business or traditional business if you so desire, and help people with strategies to get more business and strategies to lower their taxes. So, what is an interesting statistic to me is one that I figured out one year while I was doing taxes. I have 47 years of doing taxes, going on my 48th. And over 75% of the people that I do taxes for that have home-based businesses have no idea whether they made money or lost money in their business. And to me, that means they're not in business. Sad revelation. I can tell you down to the dollar how much money I profited last month. Within 5 days of the month ending, I can tell you that. In business, when I worked for big companies like Vanity Fair and Crystal Brands Retail, that's the Izod people, we had 10 days. They had 10 days to close the month because people wanted to know, how did I do? The upper echelon wanted to know, did we lose or make money, so that they can either react or act. There's a whole video on reaction versus action if you want one of those, or adjust. I prefer adjust because if you don't, first of all, if you don't know if you made money or not, you probably don't have a strategy or probably don't have a budget to go back and reflect upon. Like if I made it for the month of July, let's say, if I said, I want to obtain 5 new premier clients in the month of July, and here is my strategy to do so. Come August 5th, if I didn't get those 5 new clients, I would have to look back and say, did I implement my strategy? Yes or no? If I didn't implement the strategy, then it's my own fault. I didn't get the 5 clients. I can't blame it on anything else. But if I did implement my strategy and I didn't get the 5 new clients, then what went wrong? How can I adjust my strategy to get my goal? All right, my monthly goal. I have yearly goals. I have monthly goals. I have yearly budget. I have a monthly budget. And what I'm saying this to shine a mirror in your face, maybe you don't have a strategy. Maybe you don't have a goal. Maybe you just wake up one morning and hope. The problem is hope is not a strategy. My dad used to call my sister a lot of time a scatterbrain. That's where, strategy versus scatter. Scatterbrain is all over the place. One week they're running Facebook ads. The next week they're running Instagram ads. And they haven't looked at what the Facebook ads did. All they know is, well, I didn't get any customers, so that must be bad. They didn't look at what the actual statistics were. They didn't look at, hey, do I change my ad copy? Am I doing this wrong or that wrong? They're just jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing. And yes, I am guilty of doing that. Not so much in my tax business because I know exactly what I want to do in my tax business. I know exactly where I want to be. I know exactly what I want to earn the next tax season, and I know how to get there. But when I'm doing this internet stuff, I was doing seminars to get new clients, and that was a perfect strategy, and that went off every month like clockwork. But then when the seminar business dried up because everybody was tired of being conned, we had to move to the internet model. So the internet model is a little bit tough for me, and it has been. And it's because I really haven't sat down and got a clear strategy. I hired a lot of coaches, and they were just shit. Yeah. They all said the same thing. I had one guy, he wouldn't take my money. He says, because you can never do the tax business on the internet. Okay. Here I am on the internet. But that's part of what I do in my Create My Economy, school, is I help people develop strategies. I put some strategies out there. So I'm going to give you a good strategy to follow all year long. If I were now, see, I live mostly in Australia, so I can't do this strategy in Australia because I want to pick up 99% of my clients. I want to be from the U.S. because I do U.S. taxes and U.S. businesses. So if I was in the United States and I did this strategy for many years, I built $1 million business on this strategy. Okay. So this strategy kills two birds with one stone. Sorry, birds. We have birds come to our house every day at 4:30. They all come. We have kookaburras, butcher birds, magpies, Hurons, and crows, and yellowbeaks. So I like the birds. Kill two birds with one stone here. Number one is I get a tax deduction. IRS is going to pay me 80 cents a mile to drive my car. The outcome is I want to make all my miles tax deductible. Second bird is I want to increase my business. So I can increase my business the same time that I get credit for my mileage. This is what I do. This is the strategy. I print flyers, piece of paper, little pull tabs. This is how I started my tax practice. All right. Local CPA prepares your taxes, saves you money, reasonable rates. Boom. I had my phone number and my name. I pulled a couple tabs off because nobody wants to be the first one to pull the tab. So this is the strategy. Whenever you get in your car, you have these flyers in your trunk. Get in your car to do anything. Go to church, visit relatives, go to school, anything. Along the way, you take those flyers and you stop at Sheetz', Walmart, I want to say Wawa, but I'm saying Walmart. Sheetz', Wawa, laundromats, anywhere there's a bulletin board. Some smaller restaurants have bulletin boards where you can put up flyers. I remember the 230 Diner in High Spire. That was a great bulletin board for me. The laundromat on Eisenhower Boulevard was a great laundromat for me. The Sheetz on it was off Eisenhower Boulevard. It was a little street there. The Sheetz there was a great bulletin board for me. So I hang up these flyers when I go into my car. I have a little logbook with me and I log my mileage and say hang up flyers in the logbook. And then, depending on your business, you can grab some of those business cards that are on the bulletin board as well, and use those to call. Like, I would put up my flyers, and if I would see a Mary Kay business card on there, I would call up and say, "Hey, Donna, this is Steve Spangenberg. I got your information in my travels. I saw it on a bulletin board, and I help Mary Kay people lower their taxes and create their businesses in a bigger way. Now, do you know any of the people in your unit that could use this service?" I didn't ask her directly, but she would say, "Well, what about me? What about you? What interests you about that service?" And there you go. Okay. Or if you were an electrician, you could see people that have offices. A real estate broker has an office. "Hello, I'm so and so. I'm an electrician. Blah 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 blah. I help people do this. If you ever need anything, et cetera, et cetera." Those are free leads sitting on those bulletin boards. Now that's a strategy. What I recommend that you do is do that for 30 days. Make it a point on the first of the month. Say, "I will print 60 flyers." Print them all up. Get them all ready. I used to sit at home and cut the little things and get them ready so I could walk in and walk out. But I get credit for the mileage, and now I am promoting my business. And guess what? I got a lot of clients from those flyers. That's the way I started my tax practice. So make it a strategy for 30 days. And then at the end of those 30 days, go back and assess the strategy. How many clients did you get? How many leads did you pick off the board? How many of those leads did you call? How many people called you, okay, that you converted to a client? And guess what? So you look at those results and say, "Wow, that's worth it." And then you look at how many miles you've driven. Let's just say that you've driven 600 miles times 80 cents a mile is $480 deduction, which is worth about $100 in taxes. So you got $100 in your pocket for driving your car, and you got X number of clients. Now, if that's worth it to you as a good strategy, keep doing it. And this is the thing. A lot of people at the end of 30 days, they say, "Well, I only got 2 clients. It's not worth it to me." But guess what? Those flyers are still on the bulletin boards. Those flyers are still there. Sometimes this is a marketing principle that you might want to write down. The average person needs to see something 75 times before they take action on it. Do you think all those billboards on the highway get instant customers? No. I need to be driving to work and seeing that billboard 75 times on average. Some people might see it 2 times and say, "Oh boy, I better call them guys up." Or some people might have to see it 200 times before they call those people up. The average is 75. And what I would recommend is yellow flyers, yellow background, bright yellow with black print. And it doesn't need to be fancy. You don't need to draw pictures on it or nothing. Bang, this is what I do. If I was in Mary Kay, I would write a flyer up that says, "Husbands, don't know what to get your wife for her birthday or Valentine's Day? Call Sharon." Boom. Just like that. Hit a pain point. Husbands don't know what to get their wives for their birthdays. They usually screw it up. Or something like, "Husbands, want to be the hero for your wife's birthday? Call me for a gift basket." Mary Kay. Boom. Okay. If you need ideas, write a comment in the description and say, "Hey, Steve, I'm a young living consultant. Give me some ideas. Hey, Steve, I do this business. Give me some ideas." Get your stuff in the comments. Take advantage of me, please. I'll give you an idea. So there you go. I hope I've shown the mirror in your face and said, "Am I using strategies for my business, or am I a scatterbrain?" Sometimes, yeah, I had a good talk with my wife tonight, and I admitted to her that, yeah, there's some things that were going on in my life that I needed to recognize and accept and change. The greatest thing that you can do is say, I want to be in business, but I'm really a scatterbrain and I want to change it. Come to me. I'll get you unscattered, get you some good solid strategies. Also, down there's a free 5-day email course you can avail yourself to. And I'll put in the description if you want to go right to the school, go ahead. Because guess what? Every day that you wait is a day that you don't make money. Hope you got something out of this video. I wait to the very end to say if you like it, if you like the video, subscribe, like the video. If not, watch out for the next video. You might like that video too. Take it easy, and I hope you have a prosperous day.